So right now I'm getting ready to go to a school. My best friend asked me to speak to her 8th graders about the fields of computer science and media. I'm more knowledgeable on the computer science side of things because I actually went to school for it and got a degree for it. But on the media side, when I was in high school, I basically worked under a media company for my last 2 years of school, which was Rough Cut Productions. Shout out to Mr. Herman. And then I did a little bit of media stuff in college. Like I used to record like sports games, like basketball games. I used to record football games, soccer games, lacrosse. Like I used to record the sports in college. So although I just got back in the vlogging world like 6 months ago, because I used to do that when I was a senior in high school, I still know a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna talk to these kids. Basically, I want to relate more to these kids. Like I want them to get attracted to how the 2K and the Madden games were created. That's computer science for real. How Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat was created. That's computer science for real. And it's computer science in a mixture of media. I don't want to say you don't have to always be a celebrity, but there's people in the world that's not a celebrity and actually make more money than these celebrities. And you know, some of these people are in the field of media or in the field of computer science. So I just want them to know that that's not the only way to get out the hood. You know what I'm saying? It's not the only way to get out of the box room that they're currently in, if they're even in it and they feel like they can't grow or spread their wings. You don't always have to be a rapper, a basketball player, a football player, a model. Did I say singer? A singer. Like you don't always have to go for those kind of jobs. It's not the only jobs in the world. You know what I'm saying? Part of the reason why people in sports go to college is because they need a backup plan for when they can't play anymore. You know, a lot of them go pro and, you know, drop out. And then in the midst of that, they get hurt, they get injured. They don't know what to do now because basketball is all they know and they barely was in school for that long. There's ways around that. You can either go to college, you can go to trade school, or just get certifications online. I want to inform these kids that there's another way out, basically. So I'm happy that my friend asked me to do this. And I'm about to get ready to do that right now. So stay tuned. Oh my God. Dropped my toothbrush on the floor. Now I want to throw it in the trash. And I probably am. Actually, no, I am going to throw it in the trash. Like, I'm not putting something back on my mouth that fell on the floor. So, no matter how many times I washed it off. I have a lot of extra toothbrushes, so I'm not too pressed about it. Y'all noticed this already, but I don't really wear makeup. I don't hate it, I just don't really wear it, primarily because I don't really know how to do it. And when I do attempt to do it, which sometimes it may come out right and sometimes it may come out bad, I only do foundation, concealer, something else kind of like gives a glow on my cheeks. I forgot what it's called. Lip liner, lipstick. The only thing I know for a fact I wear for sure without the rest of the makeup is lipstick, lip gloss, lip balm, whatever. Like, that's what I definitely do wear. Like, on a consistent basis. Say hi to my camera. Hey. Well, guys, I just parked and I was hoping I would get a good spot, being though it's like a, you know, school day and whatever. So yeah, just parked. I am ready to go. Don't mind this broken nail, which happens to be my middle finger, but don't mind it. Eventually it'll get fixed when I get a refill. Whatever, I'm over it. So about to go in this building and get myself together, see my best friend, of course, and, you know, try to relate to these kids in the field of STEM. STEM is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. People think STEM is corny. STEM is actually great, and STEM is rich. Make a lot of money in those type of fields. So I'm gonna try to get through to these kids, and I'll let y'all know how that goes.
As I promised that during our 8th grade graduation project, that I will continue to bring in different people of the future careers that you are interested in being. So as our first guest today, we have a graphic designer and a computer scientist. Next, I'm working on the basketball and the lawyers and everyone else. However, she is the first access that I have today, so I will be bringing up Miss Brianna Strong.
Hey y'all, how are y'all? Good. Alright, so my name is Brianna and I went to college with Miss Smith. She's been my best friend ever since. And she used to call what I was doing talking to Obama, because I used to code a lot and I still do. So on top of being like in the computer science field, I'm also in the media field. As she stated, I do graphic design, I do visual animations, and I'm also a vlogger on YouTube. Who knows what a vlogger is? Anybody got that YouTube channel? In the computer science world, computer science as a whole is just like it's the study of computers, the study of data, the study of architecture and design. And the field that I'm in computer science is I'm an information technology technician. So I work on both hardware and software things. So I'm somebody that can go from fixing computers to fixing phones to fixing laptops and tablets to somebody that can do something as simple as creating accounts, resetting passwords and stuff like that. It's really basic. It's really like an entry-level position, and I'm looking to rise, which is why I'm currently getting my master's to get into higher positions, because I'm also a web developer, so I design websites for people. Well, let me ask, who in here is into like 2K and Madden and all that?
I like it.
Do y'all know how much these people make while creating these games? They can make over like $100,000. And depending on how much years you got into it, you can make you could probably make as much as like a new NBA player that's coming into the league. So that's a lot of money right there. Now who's into like the Instagrams, the Twitters, the Snapchats?
All y'all hands.
They make a lot of money. The people that create the people that create those applications are also making a lot of money. Like I said, a lot of these things can be self-taught, or you can just go online and they have like different little courses and stuff. So if you don't want to go to college and you do like a associate's, bachelor's, or master's, you can easily just get a certification, which is like a few weeks or a few months, and go to a trade school, and then you'll be done just like that. You can still get a job as someone who has a degree and been in school for like 2 or 4 years. If you don't like coding, it's fine. You can do stuff such as like a hardware technician. You fix computers and stuff. You don't have to worry about all of that coding stuff. You could be a network engineer. That's basically people that fix the internet, the Wi-Fi, like the Comcast people. But there's like higher positions than that. You can do stuff such as what I do when I create websites for people. If you know you like creating websites, or you like creating like mobile apps, there's stuff out there such as like websites, I'll say like Wix, Weebly, Squarespace, all that stuff. That's kind of how you learn the basics. And then when you get more experience, you do stuff as like Dreamweaver and Webflow, and that's more focused on like coding. So it just all depends if you like to deal with a lot of like script scrabble, and you just have to have the patience for it. But you can easily self-teach yourself that. You got a question?
How do you make the game?
It depends, because like, so when I went to school, I didn't go to school for that side of things. But for people that's like, if you do like 2K or Madden, sometimes they'll get the players to, they'll be in like a green screen room, and then they'll have on like these suits where they have to like move around and they have to catch the movements. Yeah, the motion cameras. Yeah. Yeah, so they'll have like the motion suits, and then those suits itself creates its own programs, and then they'll probably just have to like do the tweaking in between. Yes.
So, you know, like make clothing line websites.
Say that again?
Like clothing line websites.
Yeah, you can.
You make one?
Yeah. Huh?
You can make one?
Yeah. And that's a part of what they call e-commerce websites, which is basically when you shop online. Now, with stuff like that, you gotta be really careful for, because there's certain things that goes in between that, such as like, you have to buy this, you gotta buy like a certain certificate called a secure socket layer. It's called SSL. And if you ever see, like when you go on the website and you see like a lock before you see the website go on the browser, that means the website is protected. So when you buying stuff, that makes sure that nobody's credit card is gonna get stolen. Because if it does, it's gonna be your responsibility. And you don't wanna get sued for stuff like that. The field of like media, like I stated before, like I am a YouTube blogger, and doing that is not really that difficult. All you really need is, really, people start on their phone. People can start on their phone, they record on their phone, you just get a tripod from like Target, Walmart, I don't think $5 a blogger. Oh, so you see on that camera right there, you see how there's a stand? That's what that is. It holds everything together. And they even have the ones where they have ones that has phone holders on them. So even if you don't have a camera, you can easily get one that has like the phone holders. Put your phone on there and you have it on selfie mode and record yourself. And people start off on their phone, and then people can go from like a phone to like a computer with a webcam. People go from there to then having a camera when they start like having like money for it. And it don't have to be a camera like that per se. It could be just like a regular video camera. And then what people don't, or what people forget to realize, and when you vlog, is that you have to edit. So if you don't have a video editing software, you're kind of like out of luck. But if you got, let's just say if you got an iPhone has something called iMovie, and you can use that to edit your videos. It's very simple. Whereas though with me, I edit on my computer, and I have something called, and I have a MacBook, so iMovie is already on there, and then I have something called Adobe Dreamweaver, which is a bit advanced. And I said Dreamweaver, it's called Adobe Premiere. Dreamweaver is the website thing. I flipped into Photoshop, Adobe Premiere, and After Effects. After Effects is more focused on animation. So when you see people that have like these like intro, outro videos and stuff like that, and they have all that stuff like moving around, that's animation, and that stuff like literally takes time. Like I made an intro for my sisters. My sister has a YouTube channel as well. I made an intro for her that's only like 13 seconds. It took a few hours. So when you do like animations and stuff, you pay close attention to detail. But as a first time vlogger, if you want to get into doing stuff like that, you can start on your phone. And then that's the same way these social media comedians, how they get on. They edit from their phone, or they might edit from their computer, and then that's that. Because even them, they gotta do a little bit of editing. They gotta do retakes. They gotta make sure they have like a little content or a mini script so everything can turn out when they edit it all together. So even social media comedians or social media influencers, it's hard work on them too, because they gotta make sure everything's right. They gotta make sure that they can make everybody laugh. They gotta make sure they can catch everybody's attention. And on the outside looking in, we may think that it's really easy. It's really not. It can be easy when you put the hard work in, but if you don't, then it's just gonna like flat out not look crazy. And if you don't want to be a vlogger, you don't have to be. There's people such as like creative directors, which is like, you know how they have like those music video directors and stuff like that. You could be directing behind the scenes. You could be the person that films, that has the camera. You would be somebody that just do strictly editing. There's people that have like journalists, bloggers, public relations specialists, which are like people that represent these like celebrities that put out statements for them and make sure the image is right. There's like a lot of different like media fields, but it really just depends on what you want to get into. And media is also self-taught. You can go to school for it, or you may not go to school for it. Because a lot of these social media comedians and stuff, a lot of them didn't go to school for it. They just did it and got famous off of it. But they still had to work on their craft. Yep.
Would you prefer going to school for media?
I would say in these days, no, because of how big social media is. And this is, and I'm not saying you can't, because there's people that do, especially if you want to do it professionally. If you just want to be a blogger or a social media influencer that posts like these little itsy bitsy, like 1 minute video posts and stuff like that, no, you don't really have to go to school for that. But professionally, like if you want to work with somebody like Lee Daniels or F. Gary Gray or Ryan Cooper did like Black Panther, you gotta go to school to work with people like them.
So other than vlog, did you ever record like something called Jito Film? It's like basketball. Like when you play basketball.
Well, when I was in college, I did record football games, basketball games, and like I recorded like. Oh yeah, I recorded a few of those because we were in a dance group in college, and I recorded some of those performances, and I did like I'm not a music producer, but I did like music mixing for our stuff. But yeah, I did record stuff like that. You can, people do like recaps, so like, for example, I recorded a few events for some people, so I am also a videographer that I include myself. I have something booked for the next few months. It goes to show how much technology and media comes together because they depend on each other. Because it's like, you gotta use a computer to do something in order for it to get out on social media and stuff like that. But I did record like stuff, not like NBA or stuff like that, but I just did college sports.
This guy.
Don't.
Yeah, I would like to know. What are you doing?
You're the reason why she's here. I brought her here.
Talk, Ricky, talk.
Let him talk. Let him talk.
Alright, look.
Speak for him.
He's like short A and B about show. He does it a lot. He has like
They said, wait, what's A? Oh, animation video. Okay. Have you tried After Effects too? Yeah.
I don't like it, so I just
honestly, what you could do, there's a website called Fiverr, and it's basically you know what Fiverr is? You can put your stuff on there, and you can actually get paid for doing that stuff, like right now. But for those that don't know, like you could do, like if you have jobs that you want to do for people, you can put whatever you do on there, and then you get paid through that website. Rated and stuff like that. Yes.
Like on Instagram, I like to edit pictures. My friend for her birthday, I did a picture for her that I posted on my story. And for my other friend, Lily, I posted a picture that I edited.
Oh, so you edit stuff specifically for stories?
Well, I guess I edit pictures.
Oh, edit. Oh, okay. So I mean, that is a part of design in a sense, because even photographers, technically they do edit their pictures. So you kind of just like a. Did you take the pictures or did you just edit the pictures?
I just edit.
Well, you could be that. You kind of like a graphic designer in the making. Now I actually have my boyfriend is a graphic designer as well, so we either like collaborate together or bump heads a lot, and he does that same thing, but he does like digital manipulation. So he'll take a bunch of pictures, break them all up, and then make something else out of it.
Just cause for like a video, like PS4
It depends. It depends on how long it would be. It depends on how either basic or decent you want it to come out. It depends on if you want effects and stuff, and it's a lot that goes into it. But yeah, it depends on all that stuff. If you just want all this crazy animations and stuff like that, and sometimes simple is better, because basketball with the movement that it already has, it's probably just like a simple like cutting and putting everything together in a polished way. So you think of this more of like a kind of like one of those portfolio things, like you know how some football players they have portfolios of them doing like certain plays and stuff like that. So is that what you're getting at?
Highlight?
Yeah, like a highlight. That's the word I think it is. Highlights are usually simple. How much somebody typically would charge, that's like probably more experienced than me, I'm not exactly sure. Yeah.
So like about like you saying going to school, like what is your end product like? Like what do you like really like want to do, or like what to charge, or want to charge for what you do?
Well, really, I really want to be known for just making websites for people. So right now, as I'm like still in school and I'm trying to like still build my portfolio, I actually have one website that's out live, and then there's two that I'm working on.
What type of websites or like places to start from scratch to make a game?
What type of website you can make it to a game?
No, like what type of website you can go to start from scratch to make a game?
YouTube University. But no, for real, YouTube has a lot of tutorials. I suggest starting there. And then it depends, because they got, I think Microsoft got stuff. I don't know if Apple got tutorials, but YouTube will be the best. Excuse me, YouTube would be the best way to go, because you got all these different people telling you what software you should get. Like again, when I went to school, I didn't really focus on that part. I actually hate programming, but coding for websites is a different type of programming, so I can tolerate that more. But with that, designing a game, you gotta know a lot of math. You gotta know, it's like a coding language called Java. You gotta learn, like I think it's C++ and something else, Python. It's a lot. There's a lot of programming languages you have to learn. There is something called, if you go to www.w3schools.com, they have tutorials on there too. So I would recommend going on there, and then they have like these demonstrations where you can change the code up, and if it turns out the way you like it, then you can like copy it and put it in your own code. So I would say W3 Schools and YouTube would be your best bet to start learning how to do it from scratch.
So what advice would you give a new vlogger? Like if somebody wanted to try to like vlog, like such as like editing and vlogging, what would you give them?
So what a lot of vloggers tend to do is that they watch other vloggers, right? And they try to learn the specifics. And some vloggers would say like, all right, when you first start out, don't do an introduction of yourself. I did that, and that's one of my most viewed videos. So sometimes other vloggers will tell you what to do, what not to do, but it works for them. but you have to follow what works for you, because only at the end of the day, only you know what you like, and then as long as you're able to put together what you like so that other people can see it, then that's all you need. Again, I suggest starting off with your phone, and then when the money builds, then you can start getting other stuff like lights and cameras and all that stuff. Because at the end of the day, if y'all don't already know, people get paid from doing YouTube. People get paid from the Instagram stuff. So my first advice would just be start from your phone. Your phone will save you. Your phone will get you to where you need to be. Yeah.
How much do you start getting paid on YouTube? Like,
I'm not on that level yet. So with YouTube, you gotta have like,
then how much?
10,000 views.
You have 10,000 views to get ad.
so you got to monetize. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you gotta have 1,000 followers and I think it's in between 4,000 or 10,000 like watch minutes to start getting paid from it. Because if you put ads in your videos now, you're not getting paid for it. With me, so I'm still building up my following. But as of right now, I'm getting paid for like video editing and the websites and all that stuff. But I'm trying to get to that point where I can get paid from YouTube. And then the comedians, they kind of get paid off of Instagram.
Yeah, I was about to say that. How much they get?
I don't know how much they get paid, but I know with YouTube and Instagram, they only get paid once a month. And it depends, so you gotta put out a lot of content, and you gotta make sure people like it enough that you'll get that money once a month. So that's definitely something that I know.
Yo.
I was gonna say how many subscribers you got, and I don't think like editing is harder on your phone than it is. Like you should have at least a tablet or something.
Right now I only got like I think right now I only got like 60 something, but like I started 6 months ago, and what people don't realize is that I was blogging a few years ago and I had more followers, but then I stopped when I went to college because it got too much. So I'm basically starting from scratch all over again. So what I'm noticing is that people like when I travel out, because that's my most viewed videos, but I need to be saving money for that. So there's other things I have to do to kind of work around that. But working from a phone, it can be difficult, but that's how that's literally how a lot of people start. Like when Tiz and Driz do their videos, they do it from their phone. Yeah, they do it from their phone. And I'm sure when they have Tiz to a phone, yeah, they do it from their phone. So when and I'm pretty sure they have like the funds and stuff, but whenever they feel like it, they'll use a camera. They'll use a camera when they feel like, purchasing that stuff, but they start from their phone. But yeah, a tablet computer would be better like visually, but it's not that hard to do it from your phone at all. Well guys, that went well. So now I'm about to go to work. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and share my channel to your friends and your friends' friends and your friends' friends' friends, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, peace with the broken nail. Bye.